Alright you guys, welcome to another video. Our 30,000 mile update on the Golf R and pretty much everything that's, you know, I wouldn't say gone wrong with the car, but just needed a service and just give you guys a general update. So one of the things you're gonna have to do right at that 30,000 mile mark is a Haldex service. If you're buying a Golf R that has more than 30,000 miles and even more than 60,000, you're gonna really wanna make sure that service has been done. I didn't do it myself. I kind of wish as a car guy, it's a little shameful that I didn't do it myself, but I just don't really want to screw anything up. That's really kind of a part that you don't want to mess up, essentially. I paid Volkswagen to do that, so that was $435. I think next time I'm probably going to end up doing it myself. I think the kit itself, the kit online sells for about $100, and it's not a terribly difficult process. It's just a little tedious. We'll do that next time. Cover 60,000 miles. Definitely be doing that myself. But overall, not too bad. It's just kind of owning a Golf R with the Haldex system. That's something you have to do, and I'm sure it's something you have to do even with the All-Tracks and so on. So we took care of that service. Another thing I ended up actually needing, and I ended up doing the full kit and caboodle, was I needed brakes. I needed pads, and I ended up doing rotors as well. I think probably because I waited so long, doing the rotors also sort of helped. I think I waited on it. I got the light about a month before I ended up doing the brakes. So I drove on this thing with really not too much as far as brakes go. It's winter time, there's not too much performance driving to be done, but it's definitely nice to have brakes. So I did end up doing the full brake swap, and guys, check this out. So a lot of you guys are probably wondering what's a good brake to go with, and honestly, OE. That's all you need, OE. These are, I think, I forget the exact name of these, but yeah, we didn't do any drilled. I don't want to deal with, like, you know, any rotor cracking or anything. They have a kind of a non-corrosive material, which we'll see over time if that gets all rusty and gross. As you guys know, kind of right on that hub, they tend to get kind of gnarly. Let's just say that. That's where it's at right now. We did the full brake job. I'm so ashamed of it. I was gonna, you know, get everything and do it all myself, but I did pay Volkswagen to do this. It was $600, and then for the brakes that I bought at FCP, because they graciously did install the brakes that I provided, it was around 400. Actually, it was like 400 flat. I don't think I spent any more than 400 for the whole brake. So not terrible, and something that's definitely needed to get done. I think one of the reasons why brakes were kind of a little on the earlier side for swapping is because of the adaptive cruise control. Something I'm noticing a lot when I'm driving with adaptive cruise control is that it's using the brakes a lot more than I would when I'm driving, because it's trying to maintain that speed and the same distance from the car in front of you. And as you guys know, I mean, you guys have driven with cruise control on without the adaptive cruise control. I mean, it's people in front of you never go the same speed. It doesn't matter if they have cruise control or whatever, they always slow down. So this thing slows down with them, and over time, I mean, I can imagine it's pretty much always on the brakes, even, you know, when on the highway, and you don't really want to use brakes on the highway unless you have to. So I can see that over time, that's probably what's really been cooking my brakes, and I don't want to say cooking, but certainly has taken the toll and ended up needing the brakes all around, actually, funny enough. I know it's a rear thing because that's kind of your traction control and so on, and obviously, as you guys know, I don't beat my cars, but I certainly do enjoy them. Let's call it that. And so it makes sense for the rears, and my rears were really bad. My fronts were not terrible. I wish I was able to kind of show you what the pads look like, but let's just say they all needed to get done. It's pretty crazy at 30,000 miles for that type of situation to happen, but hey, we got it done. And it's something just to look out for and keep in mind for when I do decide to, you know, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe the next brake, you know, swap, we'll do an actual brake upgrade. Who knows? I wouldn't mind rocking some carbon ceramics. As you guys know, I'm loving this car. We got so many things planned. We've been rocking the Integrated Engineering High Torque ECU plus their TCU tune, and I've been loving it. Can't complain. At 30,000 miles, this thing has been an absolute peach, and I'll just pop the hood. I love showing off the hardware. It's a beautiful intake, and it's been holding up really nicely. As you guys can see, our badge skins are holding up pretty nicely. They take a beating, and I'm really proud with the results that they've kind of you know, done over time. We're actually going to black this out really soon. Got to figure out a time and so on. But yeah, guys, as you guys can see, the intake's still holding up real nice. We got our inlet pipe in the back. All these hoses are, you know, just on there like you wouldn't believe. Everything is just super high quality, and I'm loving that. So I'm really been enjoying this. The noises, oh my god, as you guys can probably hear from some of my other videos, as you guys could probably hear from, you know, my intake sound videos with this IE intake, it's on a whole new level. I love it. And the Remus exhaust, still loving that. It's been almost, I mean, we're a year and a half with this catback, and I love it. It's the best catback. It's a bummer that, you know, they've left the USA, and the only way to purchase a Remus catback is through ECS tuning. I'm gonna say that's a better thing than what they had before. Their distribution out of the Bay in California wasn't the best, you know, under Remus USA. As you guys know, that doesn't exist anymore. It's all just Remus, and they go through ECS tuning. So that's something to bear in mind if you're looking to get a Remus exhaust. Also, if you could, please support the channel. Use my links below. That definitely certainly will help. So what's next for the Golf R, you might be asking? So obviously 30,000 miles, it's still, you know, it's still in that early phase, but we're jumping on it. We're going right to stage 2. So downpipe is in the works. We're definitely going to look maybe at a high pressure fuel pump, and we'll kind of just play it by ear. But aesthetics. I've been looking, and it's been hard to make up my mind on certain things, because I mean, we're going to be blacking out that badge. We got some badge skins waiting. I think I'm going to try blacking out my ambers again, because it just throws off the whole look, and that just would look so much better if it was black. So we're going to rock some badge skins, amber deletes at some point. And maybe we'll change up the theme. I'm still loving the acid green. I think it really stands out and makes this car look a little bit different from all the lapis blue Golf Rs out there. As you guys can see, we're still rocking the lowering springs from VWR. It's honestly the perfect low for the type of driving that I do. So no complaints there. Euro tails with those huge Remus tailpipes. We're talking 4 inches, guys. Nutty. And I need a diffuser to complement these exhaust tips. I mean, it's been overdue. This is actually a beautiful stock diffuser. I honestly would rock this forever. But given this kind of the nature of the channel and the nature of being just a car guy, we're gonna definitely be upgrading this, and I haven't decided. There's so many great choices out there, and I can't really make up my mind because there are so many awesome diffusers out there. As you guys know, there's the Aerofab one, there's the Maxton, which are kind of those spats that I had on my GTI, and then there's a full Maxton replacement, which is a gloss black, a very similar look with more aggressive spats. There's the ECS diffuser. That's been on my mind for a really long time. Haven't decided if I wanted to do that one yet, but we'll see. I also need ideas for rear spoiler, guys. I know I keep talking about it, and I need a rear spoiler. You know, it's a Golf, and at the end of the day, it's a hatchback, but it needs a little bit more aggression. And you know, they do have like the OE you know, bump. I know ECS tuning has something that covers the entire thing that sort of extends it, but it is black, and I want to keep this blue if I can. So even if I get something like a little Maxton, you know, something that raises up that raise it up a little bit, give some aggressive angles, that would be something that I would consider. I'm definitely blacking this out. And I'd love to explore maybe some different tailpipes. I don't love these tailpipes. One of my biggest annoyances is kind of how it's tapered. I don't love how it's just immediately cut off as opposed to seamlessly. So I don't know. It's fine. I'll live with it. It's not the worst thing in the world, but I would love to change up my tailpipes. I would even consider painting them. We'll see. Maybe I want to paint them black if I can. And then honestly, it leaves it to the last thing that I want to touch on is wheels. Guys, what should I do? What should I do for wheels? These Pretorias, they're pretty hard to beat when it comes to weight. I'm pretty sure without these tires, these wheels, these Pretoria 19-inch wheels, they're right around 20.5 pounds, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I'm sure some of you might, but that's perfectly fine. Definitely let me know how much do these actually weigh, because I'm pretty sure they're right in the low 20s, and that's a really light wheel for you know, a stock wheel. I don't need anything like, you know, I don't want to get a 3-piece wheel. I don't need that. I just want something that's a little on the performance side. I would love to retain the 19-inch just to fill that whole wheel gap, but I also want something with a little bit of offset and something that is actually going to be nice and flush. The fronts, you know, they're not terrible, but as you guys can see in the back, it really needs some pushing out, and I'm not throwing spacers on this thing. I refuse. I might do it, we'll see, but I don't want to end up having to. But yeah, the car is coming together. I've got so many awesome plans, and I'm so excited to share everything with you as those plans come into fruition. But yeah, stay tuned. We got some really cool stuff. We've got a lot of cool things planned with the GTI, Kyle's GTI, and it's not staying, unfortunately. We are going to be swapping that thing out shortly. I know he only had it for around a year, but he needs something with all-wheel drive, and I don't really blame him now that we're kind of, you know, we're working, we don't get snow days. You know, it makes sense. So anyway, let me know what you guys want to see done to the Golf R, what kind of videos you want to see, and we'll kind of just take it from there. But we got some cool stuff planned. I'm super excited to share everything with you guys, so I'll leave it there. Thank you guys so much for supporting me in the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace and love.